But that's okay. That is okay because one day this room is going to have 500 women in it, and I'm saying that on March 26th. So I'm going to read something that I wrote, and then I'm going to go, and uh, and then I'm going to show up again next week or on Thursday, and there's going to be people here. There's going to be clients here, and I'm going to keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that until I change 500 lives. Okay, so this is what I'm going to read because this is what I just riffed on. It's a little bit of a cleaned up version of it, but hopefully this is recording and my mic is working and you can hear me. So okay, the weekly edits, what I'm about to give out is, and I can't see myself. I wish I could see myself. How do I see myself? I think I can see myself if I do this. Okay, great. Now I can see myself. Okay, so I can see myself. Not that I see, I'm even missing a tooth. So maybe soon I won't be missing a tooth anymore, but that's how much I don't care. And I don't even feel good today. I'm sick. I woke up sick. So, okay. So the weekly edits are going to be dropped every single Friday. And it is May 26th. And I just printed out the calendar. And the calendar is going to go all the way through the end of the year. It could change, probably will change because life changes. But as that adjusts, you will get notice. And of course, everything in the container gets stretched out. So you never miss a thing. Things are recorded. It doesn't adjust like your payment. It doesn't adjust like your 5 months or however long you're in the container for. Everything gets stretched out. So you don't ever miss anything. Don't worry about that. Anyways, today is May 26th. And the next session will be on Thursday. These are going to run Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:30. Every Friday, you will get a new weekly edit dropped. And what I mean by that is these are going to be frameworks and guides. These are not homework, although it will behoove you, don't you just love that word, to do them. But they are not busy work. They are not little worksheets so that you can feel productive while avoiding your life. Okay, they're actually work. So every active Friday, that means 2 weeks on, 1 week off, new edits are going to drop inside the private dashboard. So this could be an audio, it could be a framework, it could be a worksheet, it could be a prompt, it could be a method, it could be a life edit assignment, it could be a question that pisses you off because it hits the thing that you've been dodging. Each one is going to be tied to one of the edit pillars: your life story, obey and the obsession, the identity, the edge, and the life fitness. And don't worry, I'm going to be breaking each one of those down when we do the Saturday workshops. You're going to be getting them broken down on the Fridays when you receive these edits. And within each of those, like the life story, there's methods and frameworks and theories inside each of those. So like there's 5 like major pillars, right? Life story, obey the obsession, identity, the edge, and life fitness. Forgive me because I really don't feel well. So my brain is like half here. But like inside the life story, there's like a 7-layer framework. Okay. There's like rock bottoms and aftermath and the split and the before and after and all the decisions that you made. So like the life story is like my most favorite. And then of course there's the obsession and then your identities and then the edge, right? And the edge is like your threshold and the decisions you're not making and while you're waiting and the addiction to avoiding yourself. And there's frameworks and theories in there. And what's going to happen is that each week I'm going to be providing you with these different prompts and methods and assignments and worksheets that are built from 30 years in the coaching industry, 10 years as an entrepreneur, years of high performance coaching, which I've been doing since 2022, fitness coaching, identity work, reinvention, writing, ghostwriting, being an author, a speaker, a keynote speaker, client work, personal development work, dark work, therapy, failure, rebuilding, life experience, all the ups and downs, right? So this isn't theory. This is applied work tested in real life, built from all the places where women abandon themselves, cheat on themselves, lie to themselves, betray themselves. In the overthinking, in the noise, I'll figure it out. It is what it is. It's not that bad. I've got this. Clearly, we do not. The old identities still work in the room, run in the room, self-betrayal that we just kind of disguise as patience or it's not your time or somebody else is more important. And that's the addiction to avoiding yourself. The delay, pretending that it's timing. I mean, we can go on and on and on, but these edits are designed to cut through all of that. Okay. And what they're going to do is they're going to wake you up. They're going to ignite what's been buried. They're going to purge the bullshit. They're going to clear your runway. They're going to clear the interference and sharpen your self-awareness, your self-knowing, your understanding, and bring you back to what you already know, but you're not doing, that you've forgotten, that you put on the back burner, that you've watered down, that you've softened, that you've uh, really that you've let down, that you've disappointed, that you've forgotten, that you don't even realize. And we're going to just bring it back to the surface. It's just kind of under all the mud and the muck. And we're going to give you guardrails where your brain wants to negotiate and avoid and justify and simply disappear and make yourself look busy and successful and winning by taking care of other people and doing other jobs and other people's dreams and running everybody else's life. And so this is how we're going to start editing your life in real time and returning to yourself, not becoming somebody new, not becoming somebody else, not reinventing yourself, not rebuilding yourself, but returning to who you are. And this isn't going to happen someday or when things calm down or when everybody else understands or when you feel ready, but now. And it's not about becoming like a healed version of you or a fake version of you or fixing you. It's not about like being knocked down or a black cloud over your head or you're the fighter, you're the warrior, you're the survivor. Yes, 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 yes. Check that box. We already know all of these things. You're still going to keep that identity. You're still going to have hard days. You're going to get pissed off. You're going to cry. You're going to rage. You're going to have grief. You're going to have anger. You're still going to want to quit. You're going to have moments where everything gets burnt, everything gets broken. You're going to get healed. You're going to get happy. You're going to have joy, and then you're not going to know what to do with yourself. You're not going to know how to operate. And the difference is going to be in how you work your downtime, what you do when it gets shorter, that your awareness is going to get sharper, your decisions get very clear, very unfiltered, very unapologetic, not cold, but more you, very bold. If you can remember back to who you were before all of that stuff. So your tolerance for your own bullshit gets very, very minimal, very, very low. And your tolerance for other people's bullshit gets very, very minimal. So you stop letting the old life, the old shame, the old survival, the old patterns, the old people, the old fear, the old versions of you keep deciding what happens next. And that's what these weekly edits are for. And they help you return to the woman underneath all of this survival. I need to take a drink. Underneath all of this survival, before the shame, before the secrets, before the settling, before the sin, before all of the hiding, right? Before all the cheating and the abandoning, and been there, done that, got the t-shirt plenty of times, and we will talk through all of it together. Before you had to start performing, before you had to start back up against the wall and just get by and just enough, or paycheck to paycheck, or do what you had to do, right? Before all the shady shit, before the version of you that had to become whatever you had to become just to get through it. This is the return. This is the return to who you have always been. And I am not here to fill in the blanks for you. Nobody can do that. Nobody can get, like, there is no, you can quit buying all of the cookie cutter frameworks and templates and strategies, right? Like, it's not going to help. That's why it hasn't helped in the past, especially for the rebels and the Tigger brains and the fighters and the warriors, because you don't like to be told what to do, and it's not going to work. I can give you the frameworks and the methods and the questions and the mirrors and the pressure and the room and the structure and the push, but you are the only one that can bring it to life. Your story, your rock bottoms, your aftermath, your identities, your edge, your obsession, your truth, your fight. That is how you will build your whole entire life fitness system. That is how you will edit your life, not some template that works for someone, some coach on Instagram with a completely different life. Yours, a rhythm that works for your body, your story, your brain, your capacity, your calling, your standards, your season, the woman that you want to be, the woman that you know that you can be, not that you should be, not that you have been, not even that you want to be, that you are. And the reason why the edit is 5 months, 3 months gets you moving. 3 months is easy. 3 months is fun. 3 months is still like the newlywed season. 5 months helps you hold it, like psychologically, physiologically. And that is the threshold. And that is the point where, like, we don't just get fired up for a week and then we crawl back into the same patterns. This is the point where we build not just the mindset, but like the behavior, the energy, the conviction, the self-trust to not go backwards, to stay in the fight, to say like, fuck that shit. And the weekly edits are only for the woman who is hungry for it. Like, you have to show up hungry for it. You have to show up looking for it. Like the edits and the sessions and the coaching and the guidance and the strategy and the consulting and the advising does not work unless you show up hungry for it. You show up with questions, you show up with answers, you show up with thoughts, you show up with insights, you show up with perspective. You show up with an open mind. You show up not with I'll figure it out or it'll be okay or everything is what it is. You don't show up with that attitude. We have to put that attitude aside. We got to put that shit like in a suitcase in the trunk, right? And take it down the streets of Salvation Army or something. But you have to show up hungry. You have to show up like, that's why I did the calendar and I printed it out old school for you, and it's also on digital. But having it out and printed it out like it's CEO of your life, like it's a doctor appointment, like it's wrapped up all into one for you. So it has to become a non-negotiable that this is the before and after. That's why I like the end of the day, the 4:30 time. And I know if you're in different time zones and wherever you're at, this might be in the middle of the day for you, but it doesn't really matter what time of day it is for you, because it's a decision time for you to say, this is the hour of my life where this matters, where I'm going to lock this in and I'm going to show up, whether I show up once a week or to both sessions, or I'm going to show up for my 15 minutes and I'm going to get in and get out. Okay. You don't have to sit here and listen to everybody else in the community, but you do need to be hungry for it. And sometimes being a fly on the wall and showing up for others and listening to what others have to say sparks that idea or that fire or that reflection, or they're a mirror for you and you think of something or you hear something or you know something or you feel something and you get something that you otherwise wouldn't because you decided to stay home. It's like driving 5 miles outside of your little bubble in your radius and you get to see the new little downtown vintage area with the nice new little date night restaurant that you wouldn't otherwise see, right? So you have to show up hungry for it. You have to be willing to dedicate, this is the time that I'm going to do it. I am hungry for it. So how hungry do you want to be? This is for the woman who is, you're done waiting to be chosen. You know that there's something inside of you that it's not going to shut up, and it's in multiple areas of your life or one area of your life, and that is where we work on your life fitness, which is how you do you, how you treat you, how you talk to you, how you run your life, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, your dreams, your desires, your goals. Like, that is the whole operating system, and the edit is how we cut it, remove it, rearrange it, reduce it, reorganize it. It's how we clear it. It's how we purge. It's how we awaken. It's how we brighten it up. It's how we weed your garden, right? It's how we plant new ideas and seeds of growth, right? I'll keep on going with the cheesy little analogies if you want me to, but I think I'll go ahead and stop myself. You don't need any more fluffy encouragement. You do not need me to pat you on the back. That is not why you are here. And if you can't handle me going for the jugular and ripping off the Band-Aid, you're not going to like it here, because I move you forward. You already know what's wrong. You already have been in the hurt. You've already been in the pain. That's not what this is about. We need the patterns cut. We need the disruption. We need the hurricane and the tornado to wipe it all out, to get rid of the rest of it, to unearth everything, to get all the mud and the muck to the surface of you so we can sort through it and find the gold and the gems, the rubies and the emeralds and the sapphires and the diamonds and the pearls. That's what I'm looking for. And I can't do that if we are sitting in the pain and the pity and crying about it and whining about it. So you've got to be willing to stand there and take ripping off the Band-Aids and taking off the crutches. That's what we're doing here. The pattern has to be cut. A therapist is going to help you understand your past. I'm going to help you decide what happens next. I will help you decide what happens next. This is for decision making and then doing. A mindset coach, which I also am, will help you reframe your thought. There will be a lot of thinking differently. You are paying me to fuck with the way you think, to fuck with the way you see, feel, think, and do things differently. But the biggest thing is that I help you stop negotiating with what you already know. We don't negotiate with ourselves here. Mind, body, soul, spirit, how we think, feel, do life, eat, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. We do not negotiate here. A confidence coach is going to help you believe in yourself. So am I, but I'm going to help you prove it through action, through evidence, through making the decision and doing it. And sometimes you get that right away. You make the decision and you go. This may not take 5 months. You may come and need the decision and the support through the decision, and you do it and you're living it and you're in it and you're like, fuck yeah, awesome, this is it. And I've done it. A life coach is going to also a life coach is going to help you talk through the problem. We will talk through problems. We will talk through it, but we're going to disrupt it. We're going to interrupt it. We are going to cut the pattern. And as soon as I find that pattern, I'm going to make sure it stops running the room. We are not healing and processing. We are going to stop letting whatever happened or is happening run the room, and we're going to decide what is next. What is the pattern? What is the trigger? What is the goal? What is the desire? What is the thing that we are not deciding and acting and executing on? A manifestation coach is going to help you visualize the life and see the life. I'm going to help you clear the runway, that interference. If you picture that runway, what is on it? What is in the way? What are the obstacles? What are the fires? What is the machine gun rapid fire coming right at you? I'm going to help you move all of that out of the way, edit all of that, remove all of that, rearrange it, reduce it, clear it, purge it, get it out of the way, shed it off of you, strip off your clothes. I've got a strip theory for that one. An identity coach is going to help you become a new version of yourself. Guess what? We're going to do that here too. But the biggest thing is I'm going to help you stop obeying the wrong one, because you need to know and have self-awareness of all your identities, because they all got to be on the same team. You got a football team of identities in you, a football team of identities in you. And we need to know who is playing where on the team, who is up to bat, who is on the field. And I know I'm mixing all kinds of sports analogies right now, and I'm not even into sports, but we've all got to be on the same team. And we need to know who is driving and who is the captain and who is the co-captain, who is the A team, who is the B team, who is on the bench, who is in boot camp, who is in training, who is about to get booted off of the team, who is the unruly character right now that belongs in the locker room, who is injured right now. We have to know who all of your identities are and who is in charge of what and who's badass at what. And we need to know when to tap into those. And we need to understand what each of one of those is teaching us at the time. I help you do that so that we obey the right identity and tap into her at the right time, for the right role, for the right reason, for the right relationship, for the right responsibility, for the right season of your life. Because the dangerous version of you is the one that you are right now. She is no bueno. No bueno. So this is what the weekly edits are for. The signature sessions are for this. The Saturday workshops are a little bit longer. I love that, because when you're ejecting from one life to the next and you're trying to exit a life, and you've got this journey of this threshold of this edge where you're not done with this life and you want to enter this life and you see this life, but it's not quite there yet. And you think you're reinventing yourself and rebuilding yourself, and you've been through this reckoning and you've been through this wreckage, right? And like you're not there yet, but you can totally see it, or you've had glimpses of it or pieces of it, right? And then you it's like you fall back down the rabbit hole and you go back to the old life, or you haven't hit the eject button yet. You don't have the gold balls to do it yet, or you're trying to figure out a way there. Like, it's a long fucking journey. They say it's a quantum leap, and you know what? It might be for a day or two or for a month or two, but let me tell you, you go back. So having that support to learn how to not hold it, right? It's not about holding it. It's literally about returning to who you are at your core. When you were a 3-year-old, before all the bullshit, you were born to be somebody. There's an image of that, and we'll get into that. But it's to stop betraying who you are at your core, the life that God put you here for at your core, that role, that responsibility, that purpose, that calling. So the Saturday workshops, the signature sessions, those weekly edits that you're going to get, they're all going to build on each other. So I'm really excited that you're here, that you're a part of this, that it's going to help me prove these theories and these methods and these frameworks. It's going to help me write my books. It's going to help me be a better speaker and a better coach and serve you better, a better speaker, a better TV personality. And it's going to help you achieve the life that you want, whatever that may be for you, whatever dream that is, whatever location that is, whatever relationship that looks like. But it's to stop settling on what you know it is not, to not settle in it. I grew up where people settled. I grew up where people gave up. I grew up where people did not muster up enough. I grew up where people did not use their potential. I grew up where people wasted their lives. I almost died twice. I've been through 13 surgeries. I have been homeless. I've been through divorce, homelessness. I've been evicted. I have been through bankruptcy, financial ruin, more time than you can even imagine, still paying down enormous amounts of business debt from previous businesses, rebuilding zero from the ground up again. So there is no room for shame or settling or secrets or sin. I have practiced sober leadership for 8 years now, meaning I do not lead on anything that I am not sober in. I have learned to be faithful to myself and not cheat on myself, and to not abandon the obsession inside, which is you. The obsession is not random. It is instruction, it is direction, it is responsibility, it is mandatory, it is a requirement from God. And if you don't believe in God, then it is a requirement from the universe for why you are still here. Because not everybody gets it, because not everybody gets out alive, because what you survived for a reason. Now, whatever that reason is for, we can figure that out together. Whatever that life story is for, whatever that rock bottom, that before or after is for, but it will not leave you alone. And there is a reason for that. And the edit is where we stop talking about it. It is not a cute little dream. It is something that we need to take seriously, like a responsibility. And it will piss you off. Good. And it may make you want to quit. It should. Fine. And it may make you say, fuck this, fuck her, fuck that room, and fuck the work. Also fine. But if you're a woman who can handle staying in the room and who can handle the pressure, and who can face the resistance and who can keep walking upstream, because it is a walk upstream, and anybody who tells you it's not is fucking lying to you. This is where you belong. I am not building this room for the woman who wants a soft place to hide. I am building this for the woman who is done fucking around with their own life. To stop abandoning the obsession inside you is inconvenient, it is disruptive, it is expensive, it is uncomfortable, it is hard to explain. And I say that because it will cost you more than you know. But the worth of it is worth the life that is waiting on you, the life on the other side. The pain of being on this side of not knowing must be the pain of being on this side of not knowing, of the decision, of you not acting, of you not doing, of you not following through, of you not being hungry, of you not being inconvenient. And when I mean expensive, I don't just mean money. I mean, this was only $2,300, right? Spread out over 5 months, and payment plans spread out even longer, right? I don't mean money. I mean expensive, meaning it costs you prayers and healing and tears and grit and sweat and honesty and authenticity and people in your life and families and jobs and investment that you don't even realize yet in answering questions and realizations and self-knowing and understanding yourself. But that's what it costs to break chains and to break curses and to pave new paths and to machete the path forward. I had to throw my book title in there. All right, I'm going to be done rambling now. It's been 30 minutes. It's 5 o'clock. Those are the weekly edits. They're happening every Friday. You're going to get your first one this Friday, May 29th. I'm very excited. So I'm excited to welcome you all in here. And if you have any questions, you will drop them into the chat right here. And hopefully I'll be looking better. I don't know how it's going to come on Friday. Also, that's the other thing, is these comes in through the Holy Spirit. They also come planned. I am working out, but this is also real time. I'm not even going to show you my folder over here in my whiteboard. So I'm not sure how the first one's going to come in, if it's going to be a video, if it's going to be a riff. I do tell you, I will promise that I will try to keep them 10 to 15 minutes. If there is one a little bit longer, I will try to save it for those workshop days on the months where we do them in real time, where you can show up. And of course, everything is recorded so you can play it back later. So, and you can always watch everything on 1X or 2X, put me in your ear while you were on the treadmill or you were at the gym or you're folding laundry. That is always one of my favorites to do. That's it. So there, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, just comment and I will be happy to answer them. Peace out.